Hello, I'm going to be talking about work, life, my birthday, my dogs, and just stuff in general. My name is Marissa and I make diamond art content. If that interests you, consider subscribing. I am using my Enablers Outpost pen today. Isn't it beautiful? I have Rhonda's Crafty Corner Orange Chiffon Cake Scented Putty in my multi-placer. I have a glue dot in the tip of my single placer. I'm using a Firefly tray, which I am loving. It is the Inferno one. It has a little trash cup. I just spilled trash out. And a little thingy for the spout. Pretty cool. I'm using, sorry, I am tired. I am using my favorite Dreamer Designs tweezers. They're just pointier and I enjoy that. And then you can see I've beat them up a little bit, but that's okay. Look at that. I beat them up. What else? I think, oh, the canvas that I am working on. This is the Munimade Canvas Nine Tails. I'm about to hit halfway done today. I'm really excited for that. I do plan on working on the Fallon Gems canvases that I had ordered because they're a little bit smaller until March, and then I will have an unboxing of that soon, and then I'll be doing a special unboxing for March, and I'm super excited for that. I had bought it because I had been thinking about it since it released, and then I got special enhancements, but that's not today. My son is homesick. He's not feeling good, so if you hear coughing in the background, I'm sorry, but my little guy needed to stay home, and I have him playing some games, and he'll probably be sleeping on and off. Also, one more public service announcement. I got the dogs new toys, and they squeak because, well, balls. My shepherd loves balls, so I get him squeaky balls, spiky balls, chewy balls, big balls, little balls. Okay, I said balls enough. You get it. But the little Frenchie, because, you know, he's like a little tiny guy, I can't get balls because they're too tiny and I don't want my shepherd to choke. So I decided to go a little crazy, and you know what? I'm actually really lucky because people know the way to spoil me is to make it so I can spoil my dogs. And I was lucky enough to get a gift card to PetSmart. And guess what? I was able to buy a bunch of toys. Granted, I went over what the gift card amount was, but I got them matching like a big bear and a little bear so that they would have the same toy, but one's big and one's small. And I did that with the hedgehog. They got dinosaurs. Exciting, exciting, exciting stuff. So Charlie has been like uber excited. I actually have Bogey over at my grandma's house visiting for a little bit because he likes to think he's a shepherd and thinks he can keep up, but he really can't, and he gets overtired, and I needed him to take a nap. So I send him to grandma's to sleep. Charlie, he's rubbing it on my son. Like, my son is sitting there petting while Charlie rubs his dinosaur on him. It's really freaking cute. No. Oh, now he's rubbing it on me. No, you can't. We don't want to play with that. Can I take it away for right now? I'm going to take it away for right now. How'd you already get dust all over it? This is the little dinosaur. He's got dust all over him. I took it away because I don't want to hear squeaking the whole time we're doing a video, dude. That's the third one I've taken away trying to start this thing. Where do you keep finding them? Bogey hides them, Charlie finds them. That's been fun. I've always been wary about getting kind of stuffies, but I found, Charlie, you sneaky. I was sitting on that. I have been trying to start this video for hours. 4 hours. So I just decided to, interruptions are gonna be the thing. Charlie, no. I have always been wary about getting stuffies because I was scared that he was gonna, like, I don't know, shred them, but I found the Tuffy toys. This is called Good Dog brand that I also thought I would try. And then there's another one called Leaps and Bounds that are supposed to be a little bit better for the heavier chewers or bigger dogs. And so far, he hasn't really shredded anything. He just wants to carry them around like they're his babies. And then when he tries to lay down and take a nap, I'm talking about Charlie when I say he like tries to corral Bogey to nap with him like he's one of the toys. It's kind of cute. The glare on this is bad. See, I normally start my videos earlier, but it has been a morning. It has been a while since I've made video, like a WIP and Chat. So let's kind of just, how is life? I'm sure none of this is going to be in any specific order, okay? We're beyond that. But life is good. Work has been doing fantastic. I have had a schedule change again. As soon as I think I get used to a schedule, I start making a YouTube content creating schedule, and then it all changes. But, you know, that's life. And I'm working, so I kind of just have to expect that, especially in this industry, service industry. Like, it will always change unexpectedly. I kind of forgot about that aspect of being a server, but it's all right. I am adjusting. So my new schedule is 2 bartending shifts and 2 serving shifts. Yeah, so it's 2 bartending shifts, 2 serving shifts. So Saturday night I close, and then Sunday night I serve and I don't close. Monday night I bartend and I close. And then just kind of back and forth. Tuesday I don't close. Now that means that I'm working until 3 in the morning. And then my husband's been getting the kids up on Tuesdays and Wednesdays so I can try to catch up and sleep. And it's been a little bit of an adjustment. The kids are used to me doing it because recently he was going to work before they would wake up. So he changed his schedule a little bit so he can help me out. This glare is driving me insane today. So yeah, he has changed his schedule a little bit to help out so that I can get some sleep. And that is the nicest thing I think he could have ever offered to do, because I would never ask him to change his schedule for my work schedule. You know what I mean? Because I can just come home and go back to sleep. And the kids are not really used to the way he does things. You know, they're trying to find their own little routine. And it was kind of cute the first few times. But now I'm like, okay, guys, you get it. Like, we've done it for a few weeks now. He's going to do things differently. You get things ready for school the day before. Like, it's not a big deal. And the weird thing is like, once I wake up and it's really hard for me to fall back to sleep. So it's been a challenge to try to train myself to take a nap. And yeah, so if I don't get off work until like 3:30 in the morning, I live 30 minutes away from work. So I get home at 4, and then wishful thinking, best case scenario, you lay down and fall asleep. You found another squeaker? How? But that's not the case. You know, after you get off of work, it sometimes just takes a while to adjust and calm down and decompress and relax and think about all the ranches you forgot to give people. Double check your closing list to make sure. At least that's what I do. You good, son? It was a big old yawn. So it normally takes me until about 5 to fall asleep. My kids get up at 6. They have to be at school by 7:10. So that's, you know, it gives us time to get them breakfast, make sure they're set and ready for the day, they have what they need, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so sometimes I'm only getting an hour of sleep and then not training, you know, I'm trying to train myself to take a nap once that happens. But sometimes I just lay there awake, and then at least it's rotated from, you know, closing, not closing. So at least I'll be getting off of work by 11, maybe 11:30 the next night. So even if I do get an hour of sleep, rude. These new toys are wreaking havoc on my life. No, we're not doing that. They're not here to listen to me argue with my dog. Should have been buying him stuffies more if I would have realized how much he loved them. Anyways, so at least it's rotating. I get off, you know, 11 o'clock, midnight, and then I'm able to sleep until 6 o'clock the next day. So at least I get 6 hours that night. And normally those times or those nights I fall asleep easier. And it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning when I fall asleep sometimes. So that's still 4 hours of sleep, so it's not too bad. It will take some time to adjust. I don't think it will always be like this. I think my body will get used to napping. I've never really been a napper though, because before, when I would have 3 jobs, I was also in my 20s, early 20s, and I did that like all through high school and stuff. So I just handled it better, and when I would crash, I would just crash. I didn't have other responsibilities making it to where I had to stay awake. So this has also been an adjustment. Like, I didn't take those things into consideration. But, you know, the money is decent and the serving shifts probably won't be forever. Super Bowl is on Sunday, and then we have March Madness coming up. We have the Pickleball Nationals in town. That's an extra 2,000 people in our neighborhood, so it won't always be like this. I have a feeling my schedule will probably change again coming April. So I'm just going to take it as it is now, which means for my content schedule, I have no idea how it's going to go because I'm exhausted. By the time Wednesday comes around, I literally for 3 to 4 nights in a row managed anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of sleep. Wednesday, I pretty much just relax. I don't do anything. I don't even diamond paint. I don't even watch TV, nothing. Sometimes I'll just lay there and listen to a book or just lay there and wish I was sleeping. So then Thursday is kind of like, okay, let's get back on routine. I clean my house. I switch whatever laundry has been started. I catch up. I deep clean grandma's house instead of doing it, like, because I do like daily chores over there. But Thursday, by the time the week's done, I do like a good thorough cleaning on her house, so that Friday all I have to worry about is a good deep cleaning on my house. And then Saturday before I go to work and it all starts, I make sure all laundry is put away, and then I start on bedding through the week. So like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'm switching laundry and doing like the bedding and the towels and just everything else in between. So like that's kind of the way my schedule has been going recently. And we'll see if I can maintain it. Work is open to schedule changes again. They wanted me to try the schedule because they wanted to give me first pick of a new schedule. And I want to keep my bartending because, like I was saying earlier before I got completely distracted again, this WIP and Chat is a mess. They wanted me to have first choice because, well, bartending is just, it's more money and more consistent. The first thing to go on shifts once the sports seasons die out or change is serving. So at least no matter what, I will have 2 solid shifts. They are long shifts. They're like 4 to 4:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So they are long shifts, but that's also when I get the majority of money. So it's worth it, I guess. I'm just exhausted right now. And like I said, it'll take a little bit, but I will adjust. And I'm trying to squeeze in YouTube because, well, I love YouTube. And I love diamond painting, and it will always be here. But these hours in the busy season won't. So we're just going to go with the flow. And thanks to you guys, I'm able to do that. Now, before I treated YouTube more like a business, and I was super stringent and super strict on my schedule, and I can't do that right now. So I need to feed it as if it's just my passion project, and it's working. I don't feel the guilt of missing an upload anymore. I don't feel the guilt of not having the energy to do a bunch of research and put an in-depth conversation together, because right now, the season of life, it's just not it. Charlie, how did you find a 4th one? I put Bogey away because they were just getting too crazy. And then I figured that would calm Charlie down. It's not working. I might have to come back later to finish this. My birthday was amazing. First, I got so much love from all of my co-workers. Charlie, come. Since I have been sitting here, Charlie has been bringing toys to me. He's brought me Tiny Bear. I know, it's dusty and crusty. We've had it for a full day, so that's expected. I live in the desert. Big Bear. little dinosaur, bigger dinosaur, and a hedgehog. Those are all that he's brought me since I've started this WIP. Guys, we gotta stop it. So I'm gonna go put these up and I'll be right back. All right, before I was rudely interrupted for the 100th time, I was talking about my birthday. It was so good. I got so many like birthday wishes from work and all my coworkers, which was so nice. I got cards, I got food and gifts, and my mom had kind of started putting together a birthday party for me. And it was going to be on a Monday night, and then it turned into a neighborhood industry communal birthday party. Like, there was like 7 or 8 different bartenders and servers who all, oh, and cooks too, who all have birthdays in January. So it turned into this giant like birthday party. And of course my shift changed the day before the birthday party. So I missed it, which really sucked. Like my name was on the cake and it was just supposed to be a lot of fun. But that worked out in my favor because then they all just came down and saw me and just finished the party there. So I still got to see everyone. I still got birthday cake, and I don't really drink, so, you know, I didn't really miss anything. I still got to see everybody and exchange hugs and well wishes and, you know, have the same birthday party, and it was amazing. So there's going to be a summer one too, so we're thinking of doing it like either twice a year or maybe quarterly and just doing like, because everyone is so close, like the whole neighborhood, you know, we have a lot of the same regulars that kind of go through to each bar or restaurant for different things. Like, so I don't know. I think it's really just started turning into something beautiful, and I'm really excited to see how it evolves every year. I can't see. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And they like started putting all my favorite songs on the jukebox, and it turned into kind of like a dance party on a random Monday night with birthday cake and balloons and confetti and snacks galore, and it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. And it was like a nice little rush to, you know, a Monday night can only what? Get so busy, you know? So, and then I discovered that it slowly started turning into Industry Mondays because I had a few people come in from obviously other bars and other stuff, and they tend to close around midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning. And we're the only bar, I guess, now in the neighborhood that stays open until 2 a.m. So now, since they've all realized it, they are going to continue to come, and it might just turn into Industry Night, which is fantastic. Because, I mean, it's better than sitting there until 2 a.m. bored, and I'll have some company at least. And then my husband took me out to a really nice Italian restaurant. That server hated his job, and I loved him for it. And actually, me and my husband offered him a job for our painting company just because I loved this guy, okay? Even my husband, he was all, I like him. He's like, I like him a lot. And it was just really funny. But the Italian restaurant was fantastic. The food was amazing. We started off with like these meatballs. And then, of course, we had bread in like this oil herb mix to eat some bread. And then I got a pork masala. And my husband got this like red tomato-y dish. I don't remember what it was called, but it had like chicken in it and different types of pasta. And it was absolutely delicious. Then we had s'mores cheesecake, and we were going to go bowling. I'm an awful bowler, and I love bowling with my husband. I just flirt with him, and it's a lot of fun, but it turns out the only bowling place that was somewhat close to us that we would normally go to, and it's still a 30-minute drive to get there, closed down, and that made me so freaking sad. So then the next best thing would have been like an hour away. And I didn't want to drive that far. So instead, we came home and played Doom. And we got to kill some things, and we just flirted and hung out, and it was a lot of fun. My mom had the kids. My father-in-law was going to, but my mom was like, hey, I have plans. And she took the kids, and I was really grateful for that. But yeah, like my date night still turned out amazing, even though we didn't get to bowl. we killed things. I had never played Doom before, and it was an anxiety that I was not expecting to get from it, but it was still a lot of fun. And my husband kicked ass. I actually did better than I thought I would do. I'm going to give that credit to Ratchet and Clank, because I had been playing Ratchet and Clank recently. So I was a little more prepared than I think if I hadn't been playing at all. So that was fun. Oh, he also got me new shoes. And he got me a new shirt too. Super freaking cute. I love it. I didn't take any pictures. I'm terrible at like taking pictures. Like when I'm in the moment sometimes, like I am just in the moment. So I don't have really any pictures to show, and I'm sorry. I guess, I don't know, I guess I can try to get better with it. The most things I take pictures of are my kids and my dogs. Not really me. I don't know. When I'm out in outings, like you have the people that are always taking pictures of, let's do a group photo, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm not that inclined to do it. I'd rather just hang out and not have a camera on my face. So I don't know. I should have taken pictures. I would love to have been able to share some photos with you guys. Especially, maybe the next time I wear the shirt, I'll get a picture of me in it so you can see it. It's super freaking cute. It's just like a thermal comfy shirt, but still, I love it. And then the work shoes, they're just some Skechers work shoes. They have slip resistance. They're all black, easy to wipe down, and exactly what I needed. Because my other ones had a hole in the bottom, and my husband, he was like, oh, I got you work shoes. And I was like, thank you. I was like, now I can rotate them. He's like, no, you actually can't. Like, we're throwing those other shoes away. And he picked up my old work shoes. I love these shoes, okay? And I wear things beyond the point of where I should. This is going to be embarrassing, but I do. And he picked up the shoe and he put his finger through the hole on the bottom of the shoe and like spun the shoe in like a cute, funny, pretend flirty way. And made his point by doing a ridiculous dance, twirling my old work shoe on his finger where the hole was. So I don't think there was words to really explain why that I needed to get new shoes. I would have just let them go forever. But he was like, no, I love you and your little feetsies. And they need to be, you're on them a lot, especially now that I have like 10-hour shifts. He was like, you need to take better care. And yeah, that's how I end up getting new shoes. Can you even teach yourself how to take a nap? Like, can you train your body to nap? Like, is that possible? Oh, also, I know this video is just going to be everywhere. I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, and I've missed making WIP and Chats, so we're just going to go with the flow, okay? Mornings, when I work at night. The kids have been okay with it. They're adjusting. My main problem child is my dog. Not Bogey. He's fine with cuddling for life. Like, he will burrow in that bed with you until you are ready to move, okay? Charlie, though, he is like, the family's awake. Why aren't you awake? And he'll start nosing me, putting his little wet snoot under my head and trying to flip the pillow out from under my head, or tug of war with the blankets and rip them off and try to carry my blanket down the hall and be like, okay, we're all gonna go to school now. Because every morning we take Charlie with to take the kids to school. So like that's his like morning joy ride. And then after that we do playing a training session, and then he gets to cool down for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then he gets breakfast. And it's been a routine. But like I said, we're all kind of changing routines, and he is just like, excuse me, this is bullshit. You need to get out of bed. That guy over there is doing things, like talking like my husband, and he'll like go and nose my husband and be like, okay, well, if she's not getting out of bed, you're here. And he like barks at my husband like, come on, pick up the pace, let's go. Because I tend to like play with Charlie as I'm getting the kids ready for school. My husband, in like making breakfast or whatever, my husband's trying to get the routine down. I don't think he realized how much I do with them in the morning. Like, he didn't realize like what a handful Charlie can be in the morning. It's like, okay, Charlie in the morning is like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. He chatters. He's so excited and he has so much energy. He'll chatter and chomp the whole time. And then he flails his body against yours if you're not quick enough to pick up a toy or start pretend throwing things for him and playing mini fetch stuff in the house, or, you know, making him do puppy push-ups and trainings and stuff like that. Like, I do training with him every morning to get his mind going and on other things other than go, go, go. And I don't think Michael, my husband, realized how absolutely annoying my dog can be in the morning. And I say my dog because, yes, he is our family dog. But he has me wrapped around his little paw, and I placate him and entertain him from the time my eyes open and until I'm not here. So he's taken to full-blown just like throwing the ball, getting him absolutely exhausted, and then puts him in the car. Otherwise, he'll yodel the house down trying to get me in bed. So what my husband started doing is getting breakfast going, throwing the ball for the dog, making sure the kids are getting dressed because they can get themselves dressed. And then after that, he starts the car, puts Charlie in the car so that Charlie leaves me alone, and then make sure they finish eating breakfast and doing other things, and then they all just leave. And so far, that has been going okay. Now it's when they get back, he's like, oh, you're still in bed? Like, here, let me fix that for you. And we're trying to find a way for him to not hyperfixate on me in the mornings. Like, yeah, he did his morning thing, and yes, it's with someone different, but oh my God, Charlie is just my problem child. I think I just need to accept it. So what I started doing is I'll put him in the room with me, as he won't leave me alone anyways. I shut the bedroom door, and I make him lay down with me so I can try to get back to sleep. Now, my problem is falling back to sleep, but I've also started, like, I'll lift my blankets and I'll call Charlie to me, and I just wrap my arms and legs around him, kind of like a bear hug, and force him to lay there. And eventually he falls asleep, and then I wake up with drool on me and Charlie's paws and legs wrapped around me just as much as him. So that's happened a few times, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And then I have Bogey underneath my pillow. So yeah, it's definitely what we would say a damn good dog pile. And absolutely ridiculous, but it's working. I think he'll get used to the new schedule too, and maybe not be so crazy and trying to literally physically get me out of bed yet. It's kind of funny though. What I do for my animals is absolutely ridiculous. Ooh, I recently got asked to critique read something, and it has been a little bit since I've done that. So it felt really good to kind of get my critique brain going again. And the process for me is I read it initially. I don't take any notes. I just soak it in. The next day, I read it out loud, and I start looking at character development and maybe some scenery. Like, is it a problem where you have blank room syndrome, or a blank room where you don't explain the surroundings at all? You just have a character with stuff happening in a blank room. And then I look for character development. What is the point of the scene? And then I also look at the voice of the chapter or whatever it is that I'm reading. And then, you know, just make sure there's like character development, plot development, scenery development, and just everything around that way too. So, and then I just keep going and I read it out loud a couple of times, and then I'll put my notes to work. So it's been nice to just kind of do that again. Like, it had been so long that I felt out of practice, and then I got real into it, and I don't know exactly what they were looking for, so I just wrote down everything. But before I give them my feedback, because sometimes when you're asking for a critique read, you don't want your work shredded. You want to see where you can improve. You want to see what it's like. So I also put down my compliments, what I like about it, what I think is good, the potential I believe it has, where I think it's going. Is that where you intentionally wanted it to go? Or am I interpreting it in a different way that you wanted to portray? And just like those types of things. So yeah, I finally then get to ask, what is it you're exactly looking for? So then I can look back on my notes, see what identifies what they're actually looking for, and then I kind of discard the rest, because if they're not looking for that and they feel confident in where they want it, then that's really all that matters, right? So that has been a lot of fun for me, and I always enjoy it. And it kind of gave me the bug to write again, because I spent like 2 years just researching and writing and writing and writing, and it has been so long since I've done that. I've mentioned it quite a few times, but time is just not on my side recently, and that's okay. But just, it's also nice just to kind of get that creative outlet too with writing, and it still be beneficial, like looking at the story structure and all of that. It was nice and fun, and I get to read some of the final product after they implement whatever it is that they needed from me, and I get to see where it ended up. And that's one of my favorite things. I actually have a few friends that have published books since then, and I have been part of the editing process and critique reading and all of that fun stuff. Training for the dogs has been fantastic. Bogey is doing so good. We will start working on more leash training last time. We've been working on like sit, up, down, stay, those types of things. Leave it, he's working on, and he's doing much better. Leave it meaning like if he's getting into something that he's not supposed to, and I say leave it, he leaves it alone. He gets it out of his mouth, he walks away from it, and I think that's really important with puppies, especially since they tend to make poor puppy choices and chew on things that they're not supposed to. I mean, it's not like a puppy's job. And he has been doing so good with that. Stay, we're working on. He is not as focused as Charlie, so he tends to get distracted. So I've had to shorten his time for staying less than Charlie's. And then they've been working really well together. So I don't know, it's just been fun. I get to take Charlie and Bogey to the classes. I think I've mentioned that before. So they can kind of train together. Charlie gets reinforcement training, and Bogey learns from Charlie, starting from beginner basics. So it's been good. I'm impressed. I think I'm gonna go try to take a nap with my son, actually. He is not feeling good, and I am tired and recovering. I am trying to figure out a new schedule. I want to find a recording schedule, editing schedule, SEO planning schedule, and then thumbnails. I don't know. Maybe the schedule is just not in my world right now, but I am trying. I will continue to try. I haven't fully missed more than like 2 weeks, but I mean, I'm not doing 5 videos a week anymore. Even 4 videos. It might just be like 1 to 2 and just like something to maintain until either sports time settles down or I get used to my schedule and just am able to build on top of it and what I could do. I just wanted to say thank you all for sticking it out and hanging out. That's just been my life in a nutshell. As you can see, I'm still trying. And I will see you in the next one. I'm sorry for all of the interruptions, and I had good intentions with this video and I thought it was going to flow, but I guess not. All right, I miss you all, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Consider subscribing. Bye.